but I got to give it to the sensei Phil on that one since he's the one that
That's
put me
not
on.
a negative one.
Shping Pow. Shping Pow. No, I'm not saying there's not positive stuff. I'm saying if of the negative things in there that could be perceived as negative, people probably associate that to me, is what I'm saying. So I probably got the most votes on those.
Okay, what is Shping Pow?
Shping Pow.
And if you ain't fucking with this podcast, then you're just a bitch ass trick.
Welcome back to another episode of Save It for the Pod, episode number 75. We 3/4 in this bitch.
75, you dumb fucks. You didn't think we'd make it this far.
I didn't think we'd make it this far.
Honestly, I kind of didn't either, because then I left and then Brandon left and now AJ's gone. And
Yeah. But
Funny how that
making
works.
it difficult, bro.
Funny
Oh,
how
and
that
Phil,
works.
bro, making it difficult every week.
Funny how that works.
Well, Phil, I mean, we've given you your apology, so it sounds like you're trying to fish for another apology. But
I'm not fishing for anything. I'm just saying it's funny. How
Bro,
that
this
works.
nigga love fishing.
Fisherman Phil.
He'll be out there with the fisherman hat,
If you were a Pokemon
Facts.
character,
tucked in his in his fishing shirt, tucked into his jorts.
All right, but if you hear AJ sound a little robotic and you're only seeing 3 people on the screen, it's because AJ is on the pod remotely this week. So he's still in Maryland doing his Bob the Builder type shit.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully he should be back next week. Damn, now that I'm actually listening to myself, I can hear my mouth noises
Wait,
and whatnot.
we're not going to be back next week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, good call, Luke. Next week we will not have a pod because
What?
Luke and I will be in Orlando for reffing camp. So
And it's Danny's birthday weekend, so I wasn't gonna be on next week anyways. So
Alright,
that actually
so-
works
For
out
band
well.
camp.
Shout out Danny's birthday.
That actually works out well.
But how y'all boys doing, especially AJ? I mean, obviously we're in a group chat, so we talk all the time. But the people haven't heard from you in a minute, so you want to inform the people how you've been doing?
I've been good, just working on this place, doing almost a complete overhaul on it. But we're making a lot of progress, so it's been fun. We're definitely gonna have some good before and after pictures.
Yeah,
So
bro, that is lit though, cause I know a lot of people, they're into the home renovations and flipping houses and whatnot, but I couldn't imagine how scary it'd be for the first house, especially if you don't have any experience in that, which, I mean, I don't want to assume, but I don't think you and your cousin Nick have experience in that. And I feel like I would just be demolishing stuff and not knowing how to put it back together.
yeah, no, the roof was terrifying because we decided to take it on because it was gonna save us $3,200. Then after beginning to do it and then doing it we did it right, but in reverse.
Yeah.
After that happened, we're like, yo, this was definitely worth the $3,200, but we're getting it done now, and it saved us some money. And some other stuff popped up that like inevitably is gonna happen. Like there was drywall that had to be removed, and there was like mold and stuff. So having to remove because this place was terrible shape before. I don't even know how people were living in it.
Yeah.
It was like basically the inside looked like a trap house without like the windows being broken and it being an actual trap house. But it's in a decent neighborhood too. The previous owner just didn't do anything to update it. And like our neighbor is was the not property manager, but kind of like the little repair dude that she would send over to fix things. He was talking to us. He was pissed. He's like, yeah, she didn't never want to update nothing in that house and this and that. And we're like, I could tell. It looks like it looks like it was back in the 70s, and like the kitchen looked unusable, but people were still in there cooking, and like the people that were living in there before were like sleeping on the floor and stuff. So
Got you.
I don't know. I feel like she was charging them nothing rent, and just also didn't feel like updating it or putting any other money into it. But we're gonna rehab it and get it right. And we have a good contractor, so that's been a blessing too.
So have y'all been recording the process at all? Like I know you said before and after pictures, but any like videos and stuff for the end?
Not really. Like there's been some funny videos that we just done, just being stupid, but nothing like, all right, this is what we're doing, or this is like what it looks like. Because a lot of the work, a lot of the big stuff is getting done by the contractor. Like he's doing redoing the kitchen. I mean, we tore almost everything out of there.
Yeah.
He's redoing the kitchen. He's adding a shower. and we're redoing the bathroom upstairs. So like that is the big stuff.
Gotcha.
I'll probably take a video this weekend, just like as a halfway point, because we're probably near that. But yeah, I mean, we have some pictures of like the roof in doing that process, but nothing like recappy or whatever.
Got you. But this is the dope thing about us having this pod and kind of building this small little community that we've got at this point. Because I may be speaking out of my ass, but I think Lindsay, one of our number one listeners, she's into like property management, I think it is. And I'm sure right after this pod she'll correct me. But I think she like flips houses and shit. But again,
that's
I
cool.
may be speaking out of my ass. So if you have any questions about that, you could always hit
She's
up.
like a librarian or something.
Yeah,
Has nothing
exactly.
No, I
to
know
do
she
with
does. I
property
think
management.
it's real something
Yeah,
real.
no, she definitely does. Yeah, she definitely does some shit with houses, but I'm not 100% sure if she flips houses, but I'm sure she can give AJ some advice throughout this whole process.
Yeah, all advice is appreciated.
Yeah. But
We're also
sorry.
lucky and in a good spot because Nick's aunt has been in property management for like 50 years up here. So
Bro,
she knows all
Luke,
the ins
hold
and
on,
outs.
real quick. Luke is acting like fucking Phil right now. Can you put your shit on Do Not Disturb? Your laptop,
What do you mean he's
bro.
acting like me, bro? What are you talking
How
about?
can I put? Oh, my laptop on Do Not Disturb. You're right. My fault.
The pod's gonna be picking up every single one of those dings.
Bro, my fault. I forgot. I had the volume up because we were talking to him.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, AJ. What were you saying?
Yeah, so we've gotten some decent help because Nick's aunt has been in property management in Baltimore for a long time.
Okay.
They keep, like he was telling me, she's trying to retire, and they keep paying her money to not retire. Like we'll give you $8,000 in a bonus or like a grant or whatever for you to not retire. So
And
she's been lit. And his cousin was our realtor. She's been doing it for a while too. Yeah, so it's been lit. My aunt gave us a bunch of appliances and stuff. That's why I drove up here. I drove it all up here.
Oh, that's dope.
And then Don, we haven't had him on the pod, but shout out to him. He got me a discount on some paint from Sherwin-Williams.
Shout out Sherwin Williams.
You're.
Throw us the bag, please.
Hey, if you want to redo your bathroom, hit up Justin. He redid his by himself. So
Justin.
Asian
Lanton?
Justin, yeah, Asian Justin. He'll tell you how to do your whole bathroom YouTube.
That is the
He did,
scariest
like, what?
thing to do though. Like,
He tore it
Like his
down.
plumbing and stuff.
Yeah, he
because
tore
of
it
water and
he
shit,
tore
like-
it down. Did the plumbing, did the wiring, installed a new tub, shower, sink.
That was cool.
Like he
Yeah.
did the whole shebang, like everything.
Nah,
It
nah.
Not
can
half of
definitely
the
be
shebang.
done. It could definitely be done, and we could have done it, but like we're not. I don't know if he was, but I'm sure I think he was probably living in the place while he was doing it.
Yeah, he was.
If we were to, bro, this thing needs to shut up. I'm gonna throw it outside for a second.
Our pilot's gonna be like, "Yo, what's going on?"
Yeah, facts.
Oh, okay, it's done. But if we were to be living in the place and doing it ourselves, it would take more time, and we could do it ourselves. But we're trying to get this place rented out, so we're not paying this mortgage ourselves.
Yeah,
Makes
The
sense.
entire land. So it's like
Yeah.
pay someone, get it done quicker, and then keep it moving.
Damn, y'all
Get some-
boys just
get
on
some
your
people
own
rented
fun
in
shit
there.
today, huh?
Trying to be, but all right. I'm gonna mute for a second, and
Alright.
I'll be back home.
All right, bet. So while AJ does that, speaking of AJ, he put together the Lil Miss not polls, but like quiz on Instagram, and we need to address this because I thought y'all knew us, but clearly y'all don't. There's some of them that you got right, but there's some of them y'all were way off on, and we're gonna go by each of them. And
Wait, before we go by,
Yeah.
like one by one, I will say a bunch of people reached out to me and were like, "Yo, this is actually really fun," like how interactive it was.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean these Little Miss or Mister whatever has been like trending over the last week.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people have been reposting or just looking at them, and so when we did them, like people just reached out and were like, "Oh, this is kind of fun."
Yeah.
So even though they were getting a bunch of them wrong.
Yeah, facts. So I'm mainly gonna address the ones that were like way off. But I'll still go through all of them, just not
On
spend too
bike.
much time. So the
But yeah,
first
those
one,
those little misses are hilarious and fun. My
Yeah.
bad for interrupting.
yeah, nah, you good. So the first one was Mr. Toxic Masculinity, and that one I don't think there's much discussion that needs to be had. That was Phil.
When all you niggas are toxic though. but
Luke
it's all
Luke
good.
was mad that he got so many.
got
though.
it.
Yeah,
I got in second.
Luke got 5, I got 4, AJ got 0.
I'm a changed man.
Because he's toxic.
Yeah, but you used to be DBL, and I think that's
How are you gonna call
where
me
it
toxic
stems from.
when you had 3 times the amount of votes as everyone else?
Well, everyone just assumes I'm toxic because y'all paint that picture that I'm
What?
toxic and I'm not.
Phil.
Okay.
Okay,
All
yeah,
right.
just next,
move on,
'cause
we're
he's
Next
not-
one was Mr. Lulu.
Now he's senile.
Next one was Mr. Lululemon shorts, and that was Luke. I had the closest amount in 8. So me and Luke, we both have the thighs out. AJ's been had the thighs out. Phil just started getting his thighs out, but I feel like the only person that would probably spend Lululemon money is Luke, and then maybe AJ.
Well, he actually. Don't you have Lululemon stuff?
No, I don't.
You
You used to. You definitely
I
had
might have-
Lululemon
maybe
stuff.
at
You
one
definitely
point.
did.
Because someone guessed that you had Lululemon on. You're like, dang, how'd you know? You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
You had Lululemon shorts, bro.
Okay, I'm not saying that I didn't, but I don't currently.
All
I know
right.
my memory's not
okay,
good,
what happened?
but yeah.
This next one is the one that really hurt my feelings, that I had to address it on my Instagram, and it was Mr. Check Engine Light. So AJ had 7, Luke had 2, Phil had 6, and then I had 10. Where did y'all get that I have the... And maybe it's because we had the gaslight conversation. Gaslight and check engine light are 2 completely different things. So back in the day, I would only put like $5-10 in my gas. Like, okay, I would have the gas light on, but I always keep up on maintenance on my car. I'm anal about my cars, like I said on Instagram. And Phil has literally blown his engine.
But my
'Cause he
check
didn't change
engine
his
light
oil.
didn't come on.
Okay, but that's... Yes, the thing is check
it was-
engine light on.
If it was Mr. like crash your car, yeah, that's me.
There was one like that.
Yeah, but I think even though it says check engine light, it's mainly being like bad with maintaining your car.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, you had the tires going out.
Wait,
you
but
had
how
everything.
did your check engine light not come on? Because the reason why the engine blew was because you didn't like change your oil. But isn't there like a thing that comes up on your screen that says like
It
oil
depends on the car.
needs to be changed?
Yeah, it depends on the car.
Yeah, I guess I don't think mine was working because it didn't come up. Which is why I didn't know I needed my oil to
Yeah.
be changed because I was like, oh, my shit didn't even alert me.
And
But it was like 3 years.
But it was
ago.
also months, and it was like
years.
Yeah, but when I got my
You
oil,
should've known.
when I got my oil changed, they didn't, because the dude hooked it up for me. He didn't put a sticker for the mileage when my next service was due, so I didn't know, and then I was just waiting for the thing to come up. So it just blew my
I
engine.
feel like a lot of places don't do that anymore.
No, they do.
The sticker, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten the sticker in years, bro.
I get the sticker every time I go to
Yeah,
the dealership.
I think I get the sticker.
Oh, okay.
They usually they sometimes they don't put it in the window. They'll put it on the inside of your door, so it doesn't shows on your window.
Maybe.
So check the inside of your door.
Maybe I do
I've
need
never
to do
seen
that.
that.
Yeah, I don't check.
I look at cars every day. Trust me.
All right, next and then also what bothered me is that Phil was like, "That's not me," and I think he also voted for me, which is kind of crazy. But anyways,
Wait, did the Chrysler not have the check engine light on?
It did.
the Chrysler. The only issues I had with that was the overheating and the AC being broken, but that was just because it was a old car, and I was constantly trying to get both fixed, but it just no matter what I did, it wouldn't fucking get fixed. So. If you want to hold that against me, okay, fine. But the Honda, that's definitely not the case. Mr. Afraid of Heights, that's me. No discussion need to be had. Mr. Movie Buff, that's AJ. No discussion need to be had.
Wait.
Yeah,
I was
sorry.
weirded out by.
Oh yeah,
everyone-
AJ had 6.
A lot of people voted for me.
Yeah, AJ had 6. I had 14. So AJ had the second most. And the thing is, I am Mr. Afraid of Heights. So that's correct.
debate.
But AJ is the one that out of all of us is the one who will like fucking climb a tall ass tree and is not afraid of heights at all.
I'm not afraid of heights.
I'm
But
not
I don't-
either, but
I don't
I
think
would
any-
agree. I wouldn't
yeah,
climb like
exactly.
I wouldn't climb a tree, or I wouldn't like
Huffle.
go on top of a like cliff or anything. But I feel like AJ would.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Movie Buff, that was AJ, no question. Mr. I have this only on vinyl. That's Phil. Mr. Worldwide, that's Luke. Mr. Love Bomber. This one, there was a little bit of discussion within the group. Everyone. So me and Luke were the top two. I had 12. Luke had 11, and then AJ and Phil both had 2. But the AJ was the one again that did it, and AJ gave that to himself. So AJ, tell the people why you gave yourself Mr. Love Bomber.
I just feel like I love bomb a lot of like all the people I'm close to, or just in general. But I can get, if I just misinterpreted what love bombing means, I get it also, because I feel like y'all definitely love bomb more in your relationships, so I can see why people voted that way. But I thought it was just in general.
Also, in general, well, not in general, but the part about
But Luke, you also voted for me, right?
I think so, yeah. But I voted. I think
Yeah.
I voted for you because of the whole like when you see a girl that is attractive, you're like, oh my god, I love her.
Yeah,
And
Luke voted for
and
AJ.
people outside
Okay,
of our,
yeah, that too.
people outside of our group wouldn't know that part about you. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I did, and that was also mentioned in our group chat. So
Yeah. Next we have Mr. Flatfeet. AJ had 10. I had 8 for whatever reason. I don't know why people think I'm flat-footed.
I thought that was Luke.
Yeah, then Luke, and then Phil was
Yeah.
last. Surprisingly, I feel like Phil on a lot of these got the least amount of votes. I don't know. I feel like maybe people feel bad that we always picking on Phil, but the
No, I
answer.
probably got the most vote on all the negative shit.
the answer could have been me
Whatever's
or
perceived
AJ.
as negative, I guarantee I got the most votes. Just go through them.
Yeah.
No, you got the vinyl one. That's not negative. There's
I'm
things
saying
worse
of
than
all
negative.
of them that are generally negative, I probably got the most votes of the pile of whatever.
Bro, stop fishing for.
I'm not
for
fishing. Go look at it,
fishing.
All
Go-
right,
look
Bro,
at
you
it.
fishing.
We gonna
I've
keep.
been looked at it. I'm the one who put it together.
Okay, keep
We're
going.
gonna keep going. So then Mr. Hennessy, this was Phil, then me, and this was also a bit of a discussion within the group. So Phil is the one that kind of put us all on Hennessy and apple juice to be specific, and that's why I fell in love with Henny. But when I was in my Henny phase, it was pretty serious. Meanwhile, I feel like Phil was still kind of drinking anything and everything when I only wanted Henny, but I got to give it to the sensei Phil on that one since he's the one that
That's
put me
not a
on.
negative one.
Shping Pow. Shping Pow. No, I'm not saying there's not positive stuff. I'm saying if of the negative things in there that could be perceived as negative, people probably associate that to me, is what I'm saying. So I probably got the most votes on those.
Okay. What is Shping Pow?
Shping Pow.
What does that even mean?
Shping Pow.
Does
It's like Bing Bong.
Does it mean anything?
No, it's like Bing Bong, but Shping Pow.
We're about to get canceled because this man,
It sounds problematic to you.
yeah, throwing out Asian, that's
See?
not even really Asian.
Now
How's
you-
that? I
now-
didn't even
now-
put.
yeah.
I didn't even put an ethnicity on. I said Shping
Yeah,
Pow.
but because you said sensei, like the connotation is
got you.
Asian.
Next we have Mr. Sleeps Through Alarms, and that's definitely
By
Luke.
far, probably.
Then AJ. I think I voted for AJ, and after I voted, I was like, I don't know if it's so much AJ sleeps through alarms, but a lot of times he does like not wake up if you try to call him while he's sleeping. But I mean that's same for me. So, but I had 5, which was kind of surprising, even though I was.
Bro,
third.
I'm surprised. I don't know how so many people knew it was me, because we haven't really talked about that. I
No,
don't
not
think.
at all.
You
Not
gotta
at all.
sleep through alarm
Bro,
face.
I sleep.
Sleep through
I'm
alarm
not
face.
even joking. I sleep through like I'll set like 8 alarms. I'll sleep through all 8.
Bro, that shit is not you specifically, but just people that do that in general. Like it blows my mind that people can't just wake up off their first alarm.
You a diva.
Oh, I need to call. Hold on, I need to call
Yeah.
back.
Well, you can call him back while I continue to talk. Next we have Little Miss Designated Driver. There's no question about that. Little Miss Designated Driver is AJ.
Wait, hold on. I missed out on the sleeps through alarms. How come so many people voted for me on that one?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's just a guess because we never really talked about it on
Yeah.
the
Oh,
pod.
that's true. I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Designated Driver definitely AJ. Then this one also pissed me off too. Little Miss hits curbs. Bro, I don't know why people think I'm reckless in my car, like that I don't take care of it, that I hit curbs. Even Brandon voted for me on that one, and that one hurt my feelings, bro. But that is 100% Phil.
I'm surprised Brandon wouldn't have guessed Phil.
Yeah, exactly. With this story that's been told on the pod.
So this is a negative one that you didn't get, Phil.
I've hit 2
Or
curbs
did he get it?
actually.
No, Phil got
Phil
that.
did. Oh,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
fault. My fault.
yeah.
Goofy mod.
Well, I mean, you do hit curbs though.
I know.
Little Miss Serial Monogamous. AJ messed up on this one, but I mean, either way, it could be me or Luke.
I thought
So-
it was Luke.
Yeah, so it's me at 14, then Luke at 7, and then AJ at 5, and then Phil at 1. But yeah, I've literally been like
Damn, who's
I
the
said.
solo person that voted for me? That's interesting.
You want to know? It was actually Matt, which I'm surprised
Hey, shout
Matt,
out Matt for believing in me.
because Matt, I feel like at this point, even though he doesn't know us, he knows us. So I'm surprised that Matt picked you on that one. Next we have
No, I cheated on most of my girlfriends actually.
Next we have Little Miss Overshare, and this one was me, but Phil got the most votes. So Phil got 16, I got 12. But me and Phil do overshare.
I'm pretty
a lot.
open though.
Yeah, both
So
of
like,
us.
yeah, I'm
both
pretty
of us.
open.
So I'm not mad at that. Then this one was a vote. It wasn't like a correct answer, and it was Mr. Redacted, and this was a conversation in our group chat as well. So Phil ended up getting 16 votes. Luke got 9. And this is mainly because our thought process, at least me and AJ, our thought process was that we have to censor Phil. And that's why we thought he would be Mr. Redacted. But then AJ brought up a good point that Luke, on the podcast at least, constantly was like, oh, we got to take that out. We got to, like, every podcast, Luke is saying we got to take something out. So
I don't censor myself or take back anything I say.
Yeah.
But you do need to be censored.
No, I stand on what I say, and I mean what I say, whether a person agrees with it or not. So I don't actually redact.
My point with that
redact
is that
anything.
there's been times where you've shared information about other people that you shouldn't have had shared. So whether you censor yourself, that's fine. But you've shared information about other people, and we're like, no, we definitely got to leave that out.
Wait, you talking about
So
Luke or
that's
Phil?
no, I'm talking about Phil.
See, I feel like Luke does that too.
I feel like that's not often though. I feel like Luke
Yeah,
does that more than I do.
You've done it a couple
actually,
times,
yeah.
and we've like. There's been times where I'm giving you hints, like, "Yo, stop talking about this." And you're like, "What you mean? This happened. This, and that." And I'm like, "Phil."
But I'm saying Luke does it more than me though.
It's about the same, I think.
I don't think so.
But then the last
Clearly.
one was Little Miss Addictive Personality, and this was a close one, but it's definitely Luke.
It's close between me and you.
No, it's close between you, me, and Phil. So
I feel like AJ could be on this too.
you think AJ's the only
I
one.
feel
I
like
feel like
when
that wouldn't.
AJ's like into something, he's really into it.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't do any. Like I mean, I don't know if that's just he doesn't do anything half-ass, but like I feel like
I don't
when
know
he's
if I have
into
an addictive personality though. I just feel like
I-
when
Yeah,
I
I
get a
kinda do.
hobby, I just invest. I go all into my hobby. I don't know if that's addictive though, because I don't make it my whole world though. Like I still
At
do
what?
other shit.
Nah, you definitely get into things and make it your whole world. Like
That's not
fighting
true.
for one,
Yeah.
and then
That's not
acting
true.
too. What?
I'm
All right,
fighting,
never mind. I'm not-
and acting.
No,
it's all good. It's all good, bro.
I still work out. Like even
Yeah.
when I was acting, I was still in the gym. I was still going out. So it's not like I'll cancel. Like I feel like Luke is like he'll talk about all that shit all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like I
That's
don't
No,
do
it's
that.
definitely Luke.
Oh, no,
it's
it's
definitely
definitely
Luke.
me.
No,
I'm
I'm
hands
saying,
like
I,
hands
I
down.
feel like
but
when you say addictive, I feel like I don't overdo it. I just feel like I invest a lot of time. I think there's I still have balance when I do stuff though.
bro,
I mean,
you were
I
going
still
to the
have
gym
balance, but
6 days a
I
week.
do talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, I go to the gym 6 days a week, but I also still work out. I still go for my runs on the weekends. I still go hang out with my friends. So it's not like it's my whole life. When I think of something that's like addictive, it's everything you do, everything you constantly think of. I only think of
Yeah.
fighting when I'm fighting.
Yeah.
And
Well, Luke
it's
doesn't. I mean,
very
Luke's not
scheduled
like
out.
that too.
Yeah.
Like Luke, when he's doing it, he thinks about it. He researches everything about it when he's going to do it. But so the same points you're making for you being against having an addictive personality is the same way that Luke
Yeah.
is.
Luke just asked if I think I'm addicted because I was third. So it was 10 for Luke, 8 for Phil, 7 for me, and then 3 for AJ. But I always say that I have an addicted personality. And that's why, like, as far as, like, smoking and all that stuff, I'm like, I never want to do that because I know I have an addicted personality. Like, the shoes, working out, food, porn, all that stuff. Like, I'm addicted to all that shit. But I feel like my addiction isn't as bad as your addiction, bro.
I mean, yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah.
But like that's also why I stay away from.
Yeah,
like,
I actually think I
drugs and
might
smoking
be
and all that stuff,
second
too.
behind Luke. Now that I think about it.
No, I think you are second behind me.
Oh, okay.
But that like the whole like I mean honestly anything I pick up, I feel like I do get addicted. Like refereeing, I got addicted to it quick. Cycling, I got addicted to it quick when I first started working out. I mean honestly, any time that I get in those phases, like I work out real hard for like
Yes, bro.
Connect
That
Four.
shit's so annoying.
6 months and then stop for 6 months or
Yeah.
stop for a year.
You spike ball. You got addicted to spike ball.
I was playing that shit every day.
Yeah, but you get in and out of your addictions. For me,
I guess.
I feel like once I
Dang,
get
so
addicted,
am I
to,
really addicted? Then?
maybe not. Maybe not.
If I can get out of it.
No, I think it's addictive because like
No, I know.
there's
I
more
was just
things
kidding. I
that
was
you're
kidding.
like you get.
No, definitely. Like if I enjoy something one time, I'm like, dang, I gotta keep doing this.
Yeah.
I don't like just stop.
You should do pool next.
Oh,
Like,
ping pong. That's
shoot.
one.
No, ping
That's
pong.
one.
Yeah.
That,
Went out and got my own paddle.
Yeah. Apparently that's racist. I didn't realize that.
Ping pong. Yeah, I heard that too.
Like my boss always tells
It's
me
not-
I
it's
can't
not
be
racist.
saying. My boss
You say
tells me I
table
shouldn't.
tennis.
Yeah. He says I.
No, it's actually not. It's actually not racist. It wasn't even coined by an Asian. I looked it up recently.
Really.
It wasn't even coined by like Asian or people making fun of Asians. The sport was made in England, and they called it ping pong before it even made it to China or wherever else because of the sound that it made when it hit the table.
And I feel like that makes sense.
Dang,
every
so tell your
And
boss.
then in
ping
China,
pong, ping
in
pong,
China
ping
they
pong.
named it. In China they named it ping pong because people were colloquially calling it that over there, and phonetically it's spelled the same way you would pronounce it. Like it's actually spelled Pang in China, and you still pronounce that pong.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
shout out to our resident ping pong expert.
All right, but we can go into the actual random topics. So, Skittles is being sued for having toxic chemicals in their food coloring.
Yes, allegedly, bro.
Is this
Wild.
all the Skittles packets? Because if it's just the red ones, then that's fine. But if it's the purple or blue
It's probably
packs,
all of
I
them.
think it's all.
And I feel like Marshawn Lynch should get a bag.
yeah, for real, he need to get his
He
chickens.
need to
up.
get in on that settlement.
Yeah, facts.
Bro, honestly, I used to, well, not anymore, but I used to eat hella Skittles, and I love Skittles, so that's kind of disappointing. Now I have to think, like, is it worth it to just eat some toxic chemicals? And
That's
enjoy
probably
my
where you got
life?
your toxic masculinity from, Luke.
Well,
Oh,
It's-
yeah, because I don't eat Skittles no more.
it's definitely worth it if you see one of those commercials. Did you or any of your loved ones eat Skittles? If so, then you're
You may be entitled
Yeah,
to.
I used to
entitled.
bust
But what if
down
it's
them
like
blue
$500?
yeah. If it's
Bro, the
$500, it's not
Them
worth
tropical and
The
wild berry
the
joints?
purple bag.
I was the blue bag is my favorite.
Well, isn't the purple one the tropical? Or
No.
What's the purple one?
Purple is wild berry.
it. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
both
purple
blue
is
and purple.
fire.
Blue bag is tropical, and then green
I actually
is
don't like
sour.
Skittles at all.
Really?
No, Skittles was up
Yeah.
pretty high for me because
Nah.
it's all sugar.
Yeah, Skittles now I don't like because I feel like it always puts a gross film on my teeth.
Yeah.
But as a jit, I used to love that shit, bro. And like I said,
Dang.
the purple and blue bags. The sour ones were trash. I don't
Now,
like
Yeah.
sour
sour
shit.
ones were solid, but they weren't as good as the blue and purple.
I just don't like sour.
I mean, I felt like it wasn't that sour. Like, I mean, like, it wasn't like a, what's the other
Yeah,
shit?
yeah. Warheads.
Warheads.
Yeah, it wasn't that
like
bad, but I just don't like sour at all. I'm
'Cause
pussy.
you a bitch.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, facts.
I am. But any other thoughts about
I
Skittles?
mean, honestly, hopefully they don't cancel Skittles, even though it's toxic and bad for your health.
I mean, all candy is kind of bad for your health.
Yeah, but I mean, but if it's like a toxic chemical in the coloring, that's a little bit different than just like too much sugar.
I don't
you know?
even think I know what y'all boys' favorite candies are. What's y'all favorite candy?
Probably
Oh, dear.
Starburst, honestly.
Starburst?
Starburst and Skittles are probably my top two.
AJ, you like peach rings, right?
Sometimes. They're not my favorite, though. I don't know what my
Gotcha.
favorite candy is,
Airheads,
to be
Airheads
honest.
used to be. I used to love Airheads. so.
Bruh, Luke just taught Phil last pod, the beginning of last pod, that when you shake the airhead, that
It's juicier.
well, it's not juicier, but
It's definitely
it
juicier.
turns into like a
A small
one-
little
yeah.
cube.
That shit's
Yeah,
stupid.
It is juicier.
That shit's
'cause you
so
eat it in
stupid.
one bite instead of eating multiple little bites.
Yeah,
That
but
shit
It just
is-
gets, it's denser.
hard.
The
It's
correct
denser.
term is
Dense
just,
and
it's
hard.
denser.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
denser, but it's also juicier.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's not juice. There's no juice in it.
Bro,
The
it's
juice is your saliva, bro.
Yeah, I know, and it gets juicier because the saliva.
You just have more saliva because you're working harder
Oh
to
my
chew
god.
Exactly, so it's juicier.
it. No.
Bro, I'm about to get candy now
There's
just
more
because
flavor in your saliva.
I don't have a favorite candy, I don't think.
Bruh, you know what's funny? This is completely off topic, but when you have like inside jokes that people don't like understand, and when you say it to someone that's not a part of the inside, how wild it sounds to them. Because remember how we used to, and of course when I say it on the pod, it's going to sound wild as fuck. But when Phil used to put like OD chapstick on his lips and we'd be like, bro, why are your lips so juicy? Like, you remember when we say, like, I feel like it was mainly me and AJ that would say it.
Yeah, that's sick.
Y'all used to say it about me too.
Oh, okay, but you know
I mean,
we said
Lube
it.
Lips Luke.
Lube, lip, Luke. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
what I
we-
thought you were talking
yeah,
about.
so all the time I'd be like, Phil, why your lips so juicy, bruh? One time
gotta
I said
stay
that shit to my sister, like not even thinking. And she's like, "What the fuck you mean? My lips is juicy, nigga."
Bro, you belong in Utah, man.
What you went to, Zach?
Bro,
No,
remember
but
how
it was
when
just
we
it
call
was just
girls-
because it was the habit of like being when I see not chapped, but the opposite of chapped.
Lubricated
juicy
lips.
Lubricated lips. I'd be like, "Yo, why your lips so juicy?"
Bro, you gotta chill.
Remember we would call.
Your sister
we
was
would
like,
call
is
girls
that
babies?
coming on to me? But it also helps you live up to that creep Zach
Right, chill.
nickname.
There should have been a Little Miss Creek.
Little Miss
Bro,
Creep.
for real.
Well, I mean, it's not too late to do it. I mean, the trend's still kind of going on. But I said we need to put our pictures and then have the followers put their own things. So Little Miss Creep could have been a thing. But anyways, moving on. So I'm sure y'all have seen the clip of the little black girl that was at a parade or Disney, whatever the fuck she was
Sesame
Wasn't
at.
it two? It was two
Yeah,
sisters.
it was two.
Yeah, it was at Sesame Street place, and I think it's in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and so they were trying to say hi to one of the little Sesame Street characters. I don't know what character
Yeah, I
it
don't know
is.
what character it is.
And the character like kind of walked up to them and then just kind of waved them off and kept it moving. And so the parents, they was pissed, saying it was racially motivated. They wanted the person, they wanted the person fired, this and that. But what y'all think about the clip? Y'all think it was actually racially motivated or what?
I mean, it's hard to tell.
It in the initial clip, I'm like, it could have been a mistake, but then a lot of other parents start posting other clips, and it looked like a trend. So then I'm like, all right, well, who's behind these suits? Because that if it happens that many times, it's not an accident.
Yeah.
Wait, so when you mean parents were posting other clips, it was from that same exact day?
No, it's from the same exact place though.
Yeah.
So it'd be like another clip of them ignoring, like, high five the white girl, high five the white girl, ignore the black girl, high five the
Oh.
white kid, high five the white kid, slap the black girl. It's like one where they like tap the black girl in the face.
Oh, I didn't see
Oh my
that.
god.
Yeah.
Why didn't you send that one?
It's
I
on.
didn't
It's on the thread. Like it's on the actual thread on Twitter. I mean, you know, I'm on Black Twitter, so I get
Yeah.
all that shit. But yeah. So at first I'm like, it's probably not a big deal. But then like you have all these parents submitting like 4, 5, 6 videos of them like ignoring black kids, and it's just like,
Yeah.
ooh, it's not a good look.
That's
and
a trend.
then the company, the first statement they put out was, oh, it was an accident. You know, it's hard to see the kids at that level, blah blah blah. So then all the parents start posting the other videos. Then it was like, all right, so yeah, we're just gonna do some sensitivity training for our employees. So like
Yeah.
watching the difference in responses, clearly it's a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they recognize it themselves.
Yeah.
Real quick, I don't know if it's the alcohol hitting, but we just talked about Phil's juicy lips. But bro, did you shave? Your mustache and beard kind of looking nice right now.
I did shave because
Bro.
I did a photo shoot.
Like I'm not saying it like that.
You about to go and
did?
try to make out with
I did a
Juicy
photo
Lips
shoot.
Phil.
I did a photo shoot on Wednesday. So yeah, I did.
Okay, photo shoot for what?
Shave. So this girl in the gym, this black girl at the gym, it's a black creator down here that's creating like a black magazine brand, and so they wanted to focus on like black people in martial arts. So they took a bunch of the guys from the martial arts gym, and we did like a martial arts inspired photo shoot, and then they interviewed all of us and kind of talk about how martial arts impacted us within the diaspora, within the diaspora. So it was cool. We went, shot outside. It was me, Daniel, Mo, Arthur, Rick, Gene, Kirby. So it was a bunch of black guys from the gym, and 3 of them are black belts. 4 of them, well, 5 or 6 of us now are gonna be on fights. Pretty much all of us compete, or we're competing this year, coming up or next month. So it was cool, man. We got some really good shots. Got some free pants out of it. Can't wait to see how the final shoot and the spread comes out.
All right, dope.
Does diaspora?
That's
fit?
lit. Congrats, man.
You
Appreciate
said
it.
does diaspora fit there?
Yeah.
I think so.
Diaspora, yeah, because we're not all African American. So there's a couple guys are Haitian, a couple guys are Jamaican, Black Americans, but we're all black. So, but then the diaspora.
Also, I had a random question for y'all. It's not on the list, but all 4 of us, we are people of color. How do y'all feel when black people or just people of color use the race card?
Like, what do you mean? Like reverse racism?
No, like use the race card.
Did I use it? Hold on.
Uh,
Luke's Googling it. Did I use it correctly?
Hold on.
Your little stupid ass.
It's the dispersion of any people from their original homeland.
Yeah.
That is literally
Yeah.
the diaspora.
Yeah,
You
so it
stupid
feels
ass.
right.
I know I'm right.
Bro, don't get an attitude with me. I'm on
I'm
your
not
side.
getting at
Hold
you.
on.
I'm just Luke. Why would you have to look that up? I'm telling you I'm right because every black person uses it.
None of them. Okay.
All right, but how do y'all feel when people of color use?
I mean, you can't. Well, actually, so you used it right in terms of the word, but the article you used was wrong.
What do you mean?
So you said the diaspora, meaning just one. But you're not all from the same place. You said some people
I said
are Haitian, some people are
within
Jamaican,
the
some people are-
diaspora, as in the black diaspora, as in the African diaspora spread out globally, because we're not all African American. So I used it correctly. So within the
Okay, I can
diaspora.
agree
No,
there.
he's right.
I can agree there.
I know I'm right. I don't know why I'm arguing with this nigga.
I just
But
wanna make sure.
I mean, I argue explaining
don't-
it further.
yeah,
But yes, I
Don't
know
act
I'm
like,
right.
Don't like you're always right.
No, I know I'm right on this because
No,
it's,
you are. I said you are.
all right, go ahead, Zach. Like when you say race card, how do you mean using the race card?
So a lot of times, like black people will kind of be like, "Oh, this situation was just like how we were talking about with the little kid."
Oh, with the Sesame Street place.
Which I'm not saying that that's incorrect, but
Mhm.
earlier situation, we had another incident at kids camp. There's a kid who is on the spectrum. He's a constant issue. Great kid, love him. He is underage, so I mean, we're trying to work with him. We give him a longer leash, but we had a conversation with the mom, and she was like, "I feel like my son is getting unfairly treated unfairly." Because I look at the other kids at this camp and they're not the same color as him. And one, I'm like, well, one, you're talking to another black person. I don't know why you would feel that way. But two, you are right. He is one of few black kids at this camp, but that's not why he's getting treated the way that he's getting treated. So that's kind of the situation that I'm talking about.
So, I think,
And it made me feel uncomfortable, and I didn't like it.
so working at Enterprise and being the token black guy in Boca in our Boca office and having to deal with unruly black customers that would usually go to the race card that pulls out the race card. I feel like sometimes it's situational. I also don't think everything is about race.
Yeah.
So I feel like sometimes we as in black people will use it and it's not about race more so than it is about policy
Yeah.
and not being able to decipher that's just policy.
Yeah.
Now, if the policy's open and it's only implemented against black people, then yeah, I would pull
Yeah.
out the race card. Then if I'm noticing like, oh, you just let her do that, but you didn't let me do that, as opposed to when I say no, this is policy across the board, and it's like all y'all doing this because I'm black. It actually has nothing to do with you being black. If you were
Yeah.
white, I would say the same thing to you
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I can't do that. So I just think it's situational. I would only hope that when we pull out the race card, we use it when we know it's something actually being racist.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of time we water down our arguments.
And that's my gripe, because it's like we have legit points and arguments, and when y'all just throwing this shit out, obviously, like you said, it's watering down our arguments and whatnot. So that's why it kind of bothers me a lot of times.
And I feel like if it's minor, like fuck the race card, because there's real shit to pull a race card out for. Like if it's you don't like the way your kid getting treated at a camp, take his ass out the camp.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to put your kid in an all white camp.
Yeah.
If you don't like how he's getting treated, go take his ass to a black camp. They have him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
What about you?
Honestly,
Luke
this
and
is the
AJ?
first time I think I agree with Phil, and that's rare. Phil came to this pod feeling smarter than usual.
Stop playing me.
It's because he shaved, bro.
Bro, he's a new man,
Maybe.
a new person. Not
I'm cute too.
Okay, that's a little bit too far.
I am cute.
All right,
AJ, did you have anything or not?
I think he's eating right now.
All right, that's fine. All right, so moving
I'm muted.
on.
Yeah.
What was that?
He said
I'm
he's
muted because
eating.
I'm driving.
Alright,
I'm
nah.
muted because I was driving.
Oh,
But no, yeah. I mean, Phil said it already. Phil
Yeah.
kind of put it all
like
into
the boy who
perspective,
cried
right?
wolf. That's the thing
Yeah.
for me.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, but moving on. So Republicans this week have been wilding like always.
Facts.
So first, 96% of Republicans have voted no to keep birth control legal.
It was 96? I thought it was 97.
What I saw was 96.
Oh.
Either way, 96,
Yeah, still really
97.
fucking high.
But
I feel like
what the majority Democrats voted yes.
I think so. I would assume so, because they're not getting the backlash that the Republicans are getting. So I would assume so. I haven't looked at the numbers on the Democrat side, but because
This is a House vote.
yeah, but it's still passed because it's majority
Yeah.
Democrats in the House, so it doesn't even matter.
I mean, but it's still not all Republicans, so
Yeah,
it would probably pass anyway.
yeah, it's gonna pass because the House is majority Democrat.
But Republicans are still wild, and I don't know why they got to tell people what they can and can't do with their body. It's,
You know what's funny? They did so a lot of the. I'm not saying a lot. It was like I think 10 to 12 Republicans that voted against it. They just pulled their history, and like there's actually a really good thread on IG that I saw somebody's page. I thought I might post it on mine later, but it'll like, oh, this person voted no against contraceptive. They've been married 3 times and has like 5 sexual assault charges pending, like some shit like that. So they just start pulling up receipts of all these people that voted no for the bill, and I just thought that the irony in that was hilarious.
So I don't know if we talked about it on this pod, but something that I've heard on another pod is
It's capitalism. That's the answer, Luke. That's what it is.
You think?
Why they feel like they can tell people what to do. Yeah.
Well, so
Because it's the way to. The same thing with what do you call it? Peeling back abortion.
Yeah. So the theory that I was just about to bring up is that a lot of the white people are feeling threatened, and they don't want their race getting dissipated, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. Obviously,
They just don't want to become a minority.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the larger thought process.
I need to stop drinking. I feel like I can't think straight.
Yeah. I mean, but
That is I can see that.
A lot
it
of
could be
people are
partially
saying-
that.
A lot of people
But
are
really,
saying, sorry, you got it.
but it also, I mean, it also comes down to having a poor class and keeping a poor class for a capitalist society to keep moving, and because if not, like if people more people get educated, more access you have to abortions and stuff like that, the better equipped you are to family plan and not having a child that's expensive, that you're not ready for, and pull yourself out of that kind of situation.
yeah, education and birth.
There's a
rates
lot.
are
Yeah, there's
tied.
a lot more that goes into it. That's kind of like a quicker description of it.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good description. There's a what do you call it? There's a correlation between education and like the higher educated have less children.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like what AJ's saying.
But
So,
also,
like,
real quick, going off the last point that I was making, because this is what I forgot to say. The theory that also they were saying, and I don't know how true this is, but in a lot of the inner city neighborhoods, the black neighborhoods, you have a lot of like abortion clinics. But then in a lot of white neighborhoods, you have like the family planning and
Planned Parenthood.
yeah, well, not Planned Parenthood, but where they try to like and I don't want to name drop, but somebody that we know that had a
A surrogate?
Yeah, like surrogates.
Like
and type.
surrogacy,
Yeah, exactly. So,
but even
There's
still,
more resources.
like, even
Bro, your brain really not working.
yeah,
but even with
that's not the word I was looking for.
Yeah, I
There was
know,
a
but there's just
specific
more
type of things.
resources
Yeah,
in white
exactly.
communities.
even
which is-
even with all the
We know that.
abortions that black people have, our birth rate is still pretty average.
Mm-hmm.
So like our birth rate, even with us having as many abortions as we're having, is still around I think 17%. Whereas because white people are the majority population, their abortion rate, it affects them more, if that makes sense. So now, and then with more Hispanics coming into the country at the rate that they're coming in, and they're having more children.
I definitely thought you were gonna say illegally.
No, illegally or not, but just coming into the country, period.
Wait, so what's the you guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's the I don't see how it correlates the taking Roe versus Wade back to there being more white people and less.
Well, no, because white women have the highest abortion rates in the country. So by you
Oh, they
outlawing,
do. You said
yeah, by
okay.
you outline by you outlawing abortion,
Bro,
you're
Phil really a
forcing
genius
you're
today.
forcing white women to have more babies, and that by forcing them to have more babies, you then get rid of the 20. I think it's 2050 or 2075 projection where Hispanics will become the majority, and they're going to become the majority because one, more Hispanics are coming into the country, and when they get here, they're already having more babies as is, but more people are coming into the country. So to offset that, white women have to have more kids.
Wait. I just fact checked you.
What? What's the highest? Who has the highest abortion rates?
The abortion rate for black women is almost 5 times that
To-
of white
to one?
women.
Yeah, but we're 17% of the population. So by sheer numbers, I'm pretty sure white women still would have higher abortion rates, or close to,
Not
or
rates. You
higher
mean-
number,
you mean
higher
volume.
number, volume. Yeah, because we're only 17% of the population, and white people I think are 60 or some shit like that.
No, it's. I mean, almost every decision that's made can be tied back to capitalism because
Yeah.
they're trying to keep. I mean, Republicans are conservatives. Conservative meaning they're trying to conserve what the status quo is. They're trying to keep the power because people with more money. They're not like taking Roe versus Wade back wasn't getting rid of abortions. It was getting rid of the federal mandate that every state had to allow abortions. Now it's just like, okay, now the states can decide.
Yeah.
If the states can decide, the same like people who have access to money and who can go to a different state rather than trying to go down the street to take care of an accident or a mishap that's going to end up costing them $30,000 at the hospital and so on and so forth. And they don't have good health care and stuff. Instead of that, they can take a bus ride or cross state lines to go get an abortion or get help in a different state. And that's why, like you're saying, like, oh, the people who are voting this way have a different wives, and I'm sure they've probably had kids out of wedlock, and probably times where they've sent someone to go get an abortion because it was going to mess up how they look politically. But they have the money to do that and the resources to do that, so that doesn't affect them as much as it would as much as it would people who don't have that capability.
So then going on to the next topic, which is still kind of similar. The last point I get how that can be tied into capitalism, but this one I don't understand. So 78% of Republicans voted that same-sex and interracial marriage should be illegal. So how would you argue that could be tied into capitalism?
It's still passed though that it's legal
Okay.
because more Democrats
Yeah.
and 22% of Republicans voted.
Wait, what happened? I missed that question.
Yeah, I don't know that one, but
78% of Republicans voted that same-sex marriage as well as interracial marriage should be illegal.
Damn, interracial marriage?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I've kind of figured the same-sex marriage because I mean I feel like we hear that
It's
in the
not in
media.
the Bible. It's a Christian
But
country.
But the interracial part really kind of blew my mind.
So would me and Tatiana be interracial?
dang, I don't know how
I
you
think
would.
so.
Technically, yes,
I would
because she's
think so.
biracial. She wasn't Yeah, she's biracial, so technically, yes.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, those lines are very blurred. That's crazy.
But yeah, it's wild that 78% of Republicans would vote against interracial marriage being legal.
Bro,
I did.
Dude, you put it on for an hour probably.
Did I? No, it's still on Do Not Disturb, you twat. That might have been. Is that yours, AJ?
That's not mine.
You can
I
see
don't
that
know.
it still says Do Not Disturb.
All right, anyway.
Apologize.
Dang, Zach, you messing up.
I apologize.
Thank
But no, that shit's crazy, bro. Like, I don't get how in 2022, in this quote unquote snowflake era that we're in, this hypersensitive era, that we're moving backwards in time.
Well, almost moving. But I mean,
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
Well, history repeats itself, so it makes perfect
Also,
sense.
how
to a certain extent, though.
how far out of slavery are we?
We're only
Years-wise.
300, close to 300 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of slavery, close to 300 years. We're close to 300 years. Because slavery ended in actually might be closer to 250.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it is, but I feel like some people, your great grandparents probably still passed it down. Like
Mm-hmm.
you should Google it, Phil.
I'm about to
But also
I wanna
still,
say 18. What is it? 1889.
I will say
1865. Yeah, 1865. So we're 200 and
huh?
no,
We're not even 200.
Well, yeah, almost 200. Well, almost 200. Well, not even
No,
almost.
160?
160.
So your great grandparents might have been slave owners, like not
157.
Yeah, 157.
157.
150 years out of slavery.
Yeah. So literally, like your great grandparents could have been like someone we know. Their like Tatiana's great grandparents could have been slave
Yeah.
owners. Wait, so we're not that far removed from it.
Well, people think we are.
People think we are because in history books they probably show stuff in like black and white, and it makes it
Yeah.
change your perception.
Well, hell, Martin Luther King Jr. pictures
Yeah.
are shown in black and white, and he died in the 60s.
It's
And our parents, and we have parents old enough to.
and also like a lot of policies. Like Zach saying, it's kind of crazy in 2022. A lot of policies still like there's still modern day slavery, which is like prisons.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not. I mean, we're in 2022, but
But
they went from slavery, which was just like in your face, to now.
But back to the capitalist point.
through policies,
is
they're pushing slavery.
We're only 150 years removed from slavery, and the big topics now is like the wealth gap, how we're getting rid of the middle class, capitalism, and all these things, right? So this is also like a time in history where the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer by like, oh, it's a wide margin. So it makes perfect sense why we're trying to peel back all of these laws that benefit people of color, that benefit women, because it all ties back to money. The wealth gap's getting larger. The poor.
You need an oppressed class.
You need a depressed class because you need a working class.
You need people who are going to work at Amazon for minimum wage.
Exactly.
So
that's the rich
people
getting
can make a
richer
ton of
and the
money.
poor getting poorer. So the access to wealth, think about it. Like this also the first time in history where it's like a black kid can really go out there and get it, or a person of color, a woman could go out there and really get it. Like
Yeah.
overnight, which overnight can be like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't take you 60 years no more or 40, 30 years to build wealth. You can get rich. Like you come up with a decent idea, you sell some merch.
Or
like
just
your
on
shit
social
can,
media.
your shit can happen like
And
within
sell some
5
pink
years.
sauce.
Yeah. So that's why it's because the access
Maybe
to
you should put
wealth
that down.
and information and technology is becoming more accessible. So you have to make it harder now to lessen that gap, which is pretty interesting.
I agree. You got a point, bro. But for real,
Zach didn't listen to any of that. He's just fucking drunk.
you gotta moderate from here on out.
It's
Luke.
real shit though.
Are you really that drunk?
Well, I just feel like it'd be better if you moderated.
All right, so I don't know who put this on there, but this was, I guess, one of the questions of the day. Not Phil's question of the week, but one of them.
Oh.
Something from your childhood that haunts you to this day.
I put that on.
Who wants
there.
to go first? I mean, I guess you have something from your childhood that haunts you?
Yes, I do. Hold on. Does someone else have something while I reset
You go
the
first.
camera? Okay. Well, let me reset the camera real
Because I got to
quick.
think about this one. Something from my childhood that haunts me.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't know. There is something that comes to mind, but I'm 100% not talking about it on the pod.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
there's a couple of things that I don't want to bring up, but the number one thing, so y'all in here know, at least AJ does, that I have a phobia of frogs.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure the reason I have this phobia is one time I was fishing. It was the first time I ever went fishing with my friend Aaron. And we were at a lake, and there were a bunch of like baby frogs, like just transformed from the what's it called?
Tadpole?
Yeah, tadpole into a frog. And he put a handful into my pants, and I didn't see any of these
What?
frogs like fall out of my pants. So in my head I just thought they like went up my butthole or whatever. And I'm pretty sure that's the reason why I have a phobia of frogs.
Bro, I would have been hot.
Yeah, bro, I was pissed. I was fucking pissed.
How old are you?
If I had to guess, maybe like 10 or so.
When I was like 14, a frog jumped out of a tree onto my face and landed on my face. That was that made me pretty scared of just not only frogs, but like frogs in that specific tree outside my house. Like anytime I walk to the car, because it was right above the driveway. Anytime I walk to the car, like I walk around that tree now.
I actually just touched a frog last week.
Really?
There's a frog in my seat at work that I thought was fake, and I was like, "Who? You guys got me. Put a frog in my seat." And I went to go pick it up. Oh, that shit real. It was a dead frog. I was like, "Oh,
it was
shit."
dead?
Yeah, because we got like we have a dead like dog poop thing that you sit in people's chairs to make it look like real poop. So they did that to me, and I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Did you say dead dog poop?
Like
dog poop,
like
not alive,
like still
G.
dog poop. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like a dog poop mold,
Dead dog
like
poop,
a
for
plastic
sure.
mold, I guess.
Yeah.
And so, I thought the frog was the same
It
thing.
wasn't live dog
I
poop.
thought that because it was like similar colors,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
dark gray, and I was like, "Oh yeah, guys trying to get me again." I
Dang, your
fucking touched
butthole's
it,
that dirty that
and it was slimy, and I was like, "Oh, this shit real."
It sat on your seat and then died.
I don't think I have any child. I mean, I have childhood. What was the question?
Yeah,
Childhood?
you definitely have traumas, bro.
I have traumas, but I feel like I've overcome my traumas.
What haunts you to this day? That like that. Whatever the fuck.
I will say
Happened to you when you were a kid?
Yeah.
it doesn't haunt me. I wouldn't say it haunts me to this day, but like it haunted me for a while, and it's something that's just like kind of dumb. But my brother and sister, we always used to fight a lot, like on road trips. And I remembered when we were like really young, my dad like always used to threaten like, "Oh, we'll turn this car around, and you won't get to like we're not gonna actually go on the road trip." Well, we drove. I want to say it was like 4 hours or something. I don't know where it was, like Tampa, Busch Gardens, or something like that. And we get there, and we got out of the car, like we were about to walk into Busch Gardens, and we started fighting. And my dad's like, "Get in the car, we're leaving." And after
I
that,
remember this story.
and after that, like that haunted me for a little bit because I'm annoying as hell, so I'm always starting shit. But for a while, I was like, "Dang, I can't do anything. Like I can't mess with nobody. I gotta fucking keep my hands to myself. Like can't." So that's just a funny like dumb shit, but nothing serious.
I guess
Bro, sin definitely got to tell you that shit when you start getting annoying. As soon as you start getting annoying, bro, you better tighten up around and turn this car around.
I mean, losing my virginity haunted me until I was like 16 and got my confidence back.
Well, you're a fucking horny ass nigga, so it's definitely not
For 4
haunting you
years.
to this day.
Well,
bro.
yeah, but you said something that haunted me and made me like insecure for a really long time. I didn't get over that until I was like in my 20s,
Yeah.
even after. So, like that
Got you.
haunted me.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Gotcha.
think what else there is. AJ, you got anything?
My meat got called little.
Not really, yeah. I mean,
Your meat got called little?
Yeah, I mean, I lost my virginity when I was 12, right? And so
Oh,
the
so
girl I lost
it
my
was
virginity
still,
to
like,
went back
in
and
your
told
stomach.
yeah, she went and told the school, and so like I got like
She went and told the principal you had a little meat?
Nah, she told like all my friends and shit. So like word got out. I'm like the thing was
Word got out.
like word got out, and so I was like
sending flyers.
insecure about my penis for a really long time. Like I didn't have sex again until I was like 17, 16.
That's how you know that shit was little, bro. You call
Bro,
that shit a
facts.
penis.
Yeah, I mean,
He called it a pecker.
like I didn't do it again until I felt comfortable, and like I only felt comfortable because I started messing with a college girl at the time. I was like a junior in high school. She was in JUCO, and then like she helped me build my confidence up. But even so, I didn't feel confident.
Wait, what? You were in middle school?
No, I was. She was in JUCO, and I was in a junior.
You said you were in junior high.
I lost my virginity in junior high, but I didn't have sex again until I was a junior in high school. So I lost my virginity like 8th
Oh,
grade
a junior in high school. Okay.
summer.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like 12, 13, after, like 12-ish, I think.
I don't know. I feel like it still does haunt you.
No,
Because you posted on Reddit about your meat. Like,
No, I just did that. I just did that for fun. Like I was just in the mood to do some fun shit. I got inspired by Zach.
Yeah, facts.
Like Zach
my
always
gosh.
like I be getting inspired by Zach and Curious. Like when
Little
Zach,
Miss Overshare.
like I didn't eat ass until like Zach was like, you should try it, and I'm like,
Bro,
it's sick."
and we need to discuss this because it's still
The
to
sucking
this
toes?
day. Yes, crazy to me that you will lick a butthole, which I'm all for eating ass. Obviously, I'm the one that put you on. But you
you
won't
on.
suck toes.
I don't
bro.
like feet though. I just don't like feet. I've always been an ass man. I don't like feet.
But like
I just don't like feet though. It's different. It's like I
Even
like
if they're
booty.
clean.
I get it.
Even
but
if
yeah,
I don't
like
like
fresh out the bat.
I don't like feet. Bro. Like I don't like playing with feet. I just don't like feet.
So you've never given Danny like a foot massage?
I'll rub her feet sometimes. I don't prefer to do it though. I'd rather rub her butt or her thigh.
Well,
Like
yeah,
she tells me
of
all her time. Like
course.
I'd rather like my hands on her. I'm like, all right, her feet are here.
Bro,
I'd
I'm
rather.
sucking hella toes.
Yeah, facts.
Y'all
bro.
niggas is sick.
I'm out here
that's why.
putting all 5 of toes in my mouth.
Niggas is sick.
If I could fit all 10, I would. But I can't. So that's why I'm not doing it.
I'm not a feet guy.
Otherwise, they'd all be. And Cindy doesn't even like really like it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm like,
I
bring
would
them
have
toes
to
over
really be in the mood to be like, see Danny's
She
feet.
doesn't even like it.
Be like-
She don't. She don't like.
Look.
No, when I say she doesn't like it, I mean like she's not gonna ask me like, oh,
Yeah.
can you suck my toes?
But this is where me
like
and Luke.
like she would if like she wanted a head or something.
This is where me and Luke are similar. It's just that we love our girls and love everything about our girls
Yeah.
so much that
Like,
it's
she can't
like
do no wrong.
nothing that we wouldn't like.
Actually, no.
enjoy
There's one
about-
thing. When I find hair everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's.
I
it.
hate that. I hate
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because I don't like hair, and I always find
Yeah.
hair in my food. So I'll find her hair in my food, but I'll be in the shower, and I'll find her hair in between my butt cheeks.
Yeah, that. pisses me off.
And I'm like,
Bro,
why
that's
is,
not your
I'm like,
food,
why
dude.
is your hair in between my butt cheeks? But then it gets like, then the wet hair gets like all in my fingers and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, that's kind of that to me is the only thing I don't like.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd
Other
have
than
to be
that-
in a serious freak mood to just want to be like, I'm finna suck Danny toes. don't
When I
think
get
that
when I start
happens.
drinking a little bit, and we could be out with friends or whatever, I'll be like, bring those toes over here. I'll start whispering to her.
Yeah, there's
Niggas
nothing
is
of
sick.
Tatiana's that I won't put in my mouth, bro.
That's
Toes
facts.
is where I draw the line, bro. I'm sorry. Maybe
that's
one
fair.
day, but you
That's
inspired
fair.
me for other shit. A lot.
That's fair.
So like, I do get inspired by Zach. So it wasn't because I was insecure about my penis. It was just like, yo, Zach was wilding, and it just felt cool to do. And my girl gave me the okay, so I did it.
Yeah, facts, bro.
But hey, maybe it could be
this
some.
week. This week's it's sucking toes.
It could
and
be some
Phil's gonna
deep-rooted
start,
trauma. I don't know. Maybe I
and
should
then
go talk to a therapist.
And then next week, Zach's gonna be talking about fucking inside the elbow, and then Phil's gonna try it.
Maybe I don't know. Zach inspires me.
I appreciate that, bro.
You ever fucked an elbow crease?
No, I have not. I can't say that.
You ever fucked a belly button?
I can't say
Whoa,
that.
how do you do that? The belly button's not that deep.
If she got an innie, bro, what you mean?
It's not that deep.
Yeah,
You
but
never know how
Phil,
deep
Phil
that-
also got told he got a little meat. So
It might could fit in the innie, bro. What you mean? And you ever seen a big
If
girl?
it fits in a belly button,
You ever seen a
if
big
it
girl's
fits in a
innie?
belly button, the rumors that she was spreading weren't rumors.
Have you ever
Those
seen
were
a
true.
Have you ever seen a big girl's innie? That shit got depth.
Oh,
Okay, first
God.
of all, I've never seen a big girl's in
That
it.
shit
Just
got
Phil
depth.
because-
definitely with the big girl.
Yeah.
That shit
You
got
have your
depth.
experience.
it don't have enough depth, bro.
Maybe.
That should have been your.
You just put the tip in the belly
that
button
should have been
hole?
your graduate thesis about big girl innies.
Oh dear.
That shit
Because
got
you've done the
depth.
Wait,
research. Because you've done the research.
Hey man, I'm just saying.
did we go? Did we already? Did I already post Little Miss Can't Swim or no?
Yeah,
don't-
you did.
oh,
I
maybe.
don't think we talked about that. Oh wait, that was
Oh,
mad.
okay.
I was mad about that because I think
You got voted little.
at least not my Tatiana, but the other Tatiana that's a big time supporter. She voted.
Hey, who
me
is
for
that? Tatiana Dominique?
Yeah,
Who is that? I've always been curious. Who is that?
she just. I think she followed me since Vine days,
You trying to rub that? Phil?
but
Nah, she's solid, though.
She married. She married.
She's decent.
Oh
she,
dear.
She definitely gonna hear this.
I like her haircut.
Oh, wait, she watches?
Yeah, she watches majority of the podcast.
Oh,
but,
okay.
I've always just wondered who she was because I follow her on Twitter too, and I
Phil
was just
thinks
like,
you're hot.
I don't know this chick, but she cute. She got a nice haircut. I fuck with that
Yeah.
haircut.
What her haircut look like?
It's short hair.
Like how short?
Yeah,
like
Little
mine?
Miss
Like a
Can't
fade.
Swim.
She got a fade.
But like a
Is it
fro
cleaner
top.
than my fade?
Yeah, sure,
Nah.
Hers
I
is
don't know.
cleaner
She
than my
get
fade?
she get her shit parted though. It might be
Let me see.
like she get designs on her.
So
shit.
Phil definitely had the most votes for that. I had 4 though, which kind of upset me.
Yeah, I can't swim. But y'all
Damn,
niggas from
Reagan.
Oh, this is funny.
Reagan voted for me. That's disappointing.
Y'all
Who's-
niggas in Florida, so y'all should.
That's
be able
because
to
Reagan's racist. She's like,
not
Zach's
racist.
black, he can't swim.
Yeah, she could have voted for
Tatiana
Phil.
and Dominique. Oh, I've never seen this person in my life,
Nah.
but she does get.
She get
Oh, her
parts-
fade's definitely not cleaner than mine.
Let me see. She get parts in her shit.
But it's definitely not cleaner.
Let me see.
She don't even get a fade, really. It's just a design.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got
It's not a
the
fade.
Cassidy.
Wait,
Or
if
Cassie.
you guys,
Ca-
if you
Cassie?
answer
Cassie?
wrong, I have a question.
Yeah,
Huh?
If you guys answer a quiz wrong,
Yeah.
does it tell you the right answer?
yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I put Little Miss Where's My Phone twice, and I was the answer for that.
Yeah.
People still got it wrong on the second one.
Yeah, seriously.
They probably didn't know they answered it. They
I was
probably
gonna
hit it
text
and they
you
saw it
and-
again and didn't know they answered it.
Yeah.
I think that happened to me.
Phil, you got it wrong?
I think so.
Dang, you just made fun of Phil, bro.
It'd be like that
All
sometimes.
right, what's the next topic, Luke? Moderator.
Oh, my fault, bro. Dang, I could have been moved on. All right. This is just a little announcement to anyone who's in the South Florida. Well, actually, no. South Florida, Chicago. I want to say Atlanta too. But YZY GAP and Balenciaga drop the collaboration or the drop for that is tomorrow.
Well,
12 to
they missed it at this point.
Yeah, because
It's
Oh,
gonna be out on
shit.
Tuesday.
You're right,
This
Yo,
was
little stupid
three.
ass.
You're right. Damn.
You gonna cop
I want to.
some Yeezy and Balloons?
It's from 12 to 3
How-
tomorrow in Miami. You know what? Let's get this pod out tonight.
Hell
We
no,
have to
bro.
now.
I'm not.
Are
doing
you going to
that.
line up tonight? Because you know the line gonna be OD.
That's true. I don't know. If I get there tomorrow at like 10 or 11 and the line's OD, I just won't go.
If you get there at 10, the line's definitely gonna be OD. You gotta get there at 9.
Did they say how much it was gonna be?
No, but you can see the prices. Some of the prices online. I think that the drop in person will be cheaper than the online prices. I think that's
Okay.
why they're doing it,
Gotcha.
because you can buy it online currently and it's not sold out.
How much is the drop? How much is the price? Like 250?
Well, I don't know what I don't know what it'll be in person.
Gotcha.
They haven't released that, I don't think. But online, it's anywhere from like 120 to 200
Gotcha.
for some stuff, for like hoodies and stuff. So that's just an announcement. Zach promised that he'd get it out tonight, the pod out tonight. So if it's not out tonight, blame Zach.
Hey, you got me fucked up.
Next topic, Phil's question of the week. Have you ever had a sex name or pet name during sex?
I have not.
No, definitely not.
I have
It was
not.
on the radio, so I was like,
Have
"Ah,
you?
text me." Yeah, a girl called me Captain Hook.
I've never had that.
Why you looking like that?
He imagining you're hooked, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering, like, is it like a C or like
Just
a J?
look at a banana. It's just like a
okay,
banana.
Okay, bet. But like a little bit banana, like the Miss Chiquitas.
Like the banana
Like
peel.
the little Chiquitas.
Not like the banana with the peel, but the banana without the peel.
Okay, bet. I've had a girl call me daddy.
Oh well, yeah.
I-
like everyone's had that.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's weird, but I kind of liked it.
You weren't her
She
father
did
either?
it. Oh wait, hold on. I couldn't hear you. Zach's drunk as shit and
My
took
fault.
my headphone out. What do you say, AJ? She did.
I said you weren't her father either?
I am not her father. That's confirmed. But she didn't call her dad daddy, so that kind of helped. She just
Oh.
called her dad
I don't think I
dad.
called daddy
Or by
before.
actually, she might have called him by his first name because it was a stepdad. I can't remember exactly, so don't quote me on that. But she didn't call him daddy. I know
Oh,
that.
so now we know exactly who this is.
But every time, on Thanksgiving when people post like when your girl says, "Daddy, can you pass the mashed potatoes?" and you both reach for the mashed potatoes,
Yeah.
I always think about that. I'm like, dang, that could have been me.
For real.
They could've-
So.
Oh,
y- y-
also,
y'all remember? Go ahead.
another thing with
So
that
she had daddy issues, is what
with
you're
that
saying.
same girl. This is a little bit off topic, but her dad used to like. Oh, not I don't
Call
want
you
to say
daddy?
I don't want to say bully. No, I don't want to say bully, but he would always like say dumb shit to me and like try me in front of like everyone, in front of like the family. And one time we were at like a dinner table with like extended family, and he called me a pussy, and I said I am what I eat with his daughter right there, and he was hot.
Well, he shouldn't have called you a fucking pussy.
Other people started laughing, and she actually
Yeah.
punched me on the arm, but I was dying laughing, and some other people were dying laughing.
That's what he get.
He does get that.
Facts, bro.
I mean,
but-
Cecilia called me Poppy.
I already know exactly who it is now.
Wait, Cecilia.
That's funny.
Why that name sound
my
familiar?
older roommate, the old lady I used to live
Little
with.
CC's.
Cause she's from South America.
Wait,
She's
you
like
fucked
Poppy.
her?
No,
Oh.
but the way
No.
she said it was just sexy.
Oh.
She's like, "Hey, Poppy,"
Hey, but
and I'm
that's
just
not
like,
that's not a sex name.
Wait, what
I
about
know.
you? What about your?
But I always wanted a girl to call me Poppy after I heard Cecilia say it with that accent.
What about on the flip side? Have you ever called a significant other or just a random fuck some kind of
A
pet name?
random fuck.
It wasn't a sex name,
Every
but
time-
I used to I had a girl I was like in dealings with, like, unofficially
Oh,
my
dealing.
girlfriend. I called her Sugarfoot.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
I call Tatiana
Yep, I
a
know who that
dirty
is.
little whore sometimes.
Whoa.
what?
A dirty little whore.
A dirty little whore.
Hey, when she being a
Bro.
dirty little whore, she gets called what she.
No, I
Whoa.
called I called her
She might not like
Sugarfoot, and
Tatiana?
everybody, like all the homies, called her Sugarfoot.
Wait, why?
That was just her
Ew.
nickname, Sugarfoot.
What'd she do with her feet?
Nothing. It was.
Stick 'em in his mouth?
I heard on next Friday.
You sucked her toes, didn't you?
No, I
It
heard
tastes
no-
like
I
You were
heard-
sugar
tasting her
cubes.
toes.
I heard on one of the Fridays, and I was like, "Then that's kind of cool." And I was like, "Hey, Sugarfoot," and then it just stuck, and then she liked it and let me slide. And I had to save it in my phone to Sugarfoot. When the homies would talk about it, it was like, "Yo, Sugarfoot slide," like just called it Sugarfoot. It stuck.
Sugarfoot.
Sugarfoot.
I can't remember what I was gonna say.
Was it about
But not-
Tatiana?
Well, no, I can't remember what it is now.
You was talking about
I'm
how her dad called you daddy.
No, I was not. I can't remember what the
I'm
hell. I
not
was
gonna
talking
put you
about.
on
I'm
blast,
pissed.
so you can say it if you want to say it. But you said something about Sin the other day.
Did she call me something?
Look, you
That
should have been like,
you called her something.
I called her something.
Yeah, and then I
yeah, he calls
said
her
I
stuff
called
because of her
Tatiana.
nose.
No, you
What?
said, bro, I'm not about to
Wait,
give
don't-
myself.
no,
You
hold
called
on,
her a
whisper
little
it to me.
snorfer or something.
Oh, that's not a sex name or a
Ye-
pet name.
Yeah, no,
But-
it could,
no,
it could
but
be.
Yeah. After I finished, she
Oh.
was cleaning up, and I called her my little toaster strudel. Bro, you ruined my thing.
Oh, what you said, Mr. Sire?
When he called Sin his toaster strudel.
My little
Oh
toaster
yeah,
strudel.
little toast. That is cute.
And she was like, "You ruined toaster strudels for me."
Yeah,
We haven't had a toaster strudel since. Did I sound sad?
Yeah,
My little
yeah.
cum tao.
I haven't had a toaster strudel in years.
All right, what else we got?
Next thing, I'm a terrible host. Get it off your chest. Hot weather versus
Oh
cold
yes,
weather.
and I'm glad I think we might have talked about this on the pod before, but it'll never make sense to me how people can say that they hate hot weather and prefer cold weather over that. I get having moderate weather, that makes sense, but hot weather. Well, let's start with cold weather. All right, cold weather. One, that shit actually hurts. Like, for me at least, when it's like brutally cold, like I can't feel my fingers, can't feel my toes, my nose is running. You get sick way more. I feel like in cold weather, you got to scrape
I thought
ice.
that was a myth.
Well, for me at least,
Well,
I was getting cold.
You only get sick if you go outside wet because your pores are open.
Well, yeah, I would get sick way more in Ohio than I did in Florida. In cold weather, you got to scrape the ice off your car. I
Right.
feel like it takes way longer.
You can slip on the ground.
Yes, driving, it's unsafe because you're driving on ice and whatnot. I feel like it takes a cold car way longer to warm up than it takes a hot car to cool down. I get everyone's like, oh, you could just bundle up, but no, and this is me specifically. Maybe for other people it's different. AJ, I know it's different for you, but no matter how many clothes I put on, I'm still going to be fucking freezing.
That's because you don't got no meat. in your
And
bones.
that's facts.
You
I'm
don't
not
need
I'm
no
not
calf.
disagreeing with that. But also with the heat, if you go into the shade, like it's gonna be significantly cooler. Yes, you'll still be hot, but it'll be significantly cooler. In the cold, if you go into the sun, you're still gonna be freezing your fucking ass off.
Not necessarily.
But what would you say? Could you be outside longer in the cold or in the heat?
I mean, what do you consider cold? What do you consider cold? Because cold for someone who's been living up there for a long time isn't the same as
Well, yeah, hot. So we'll say
cold
like
for me.
I'll say like my Florida heat for me is like above 90.
Okay.
And then cold for me is like below 40.
Okay. I would prefer
What?
above 90, but actually 40 isn't terrible. Like I feel
Nah,
like 40
40's
isn't
not
terrible.
bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
40 ain't bad.
40
If-
with the sun isn't bad.
And
are you-
isn't bad at all.
Of course, there's worse than
Are
40.
you properly clothed for both?
Yeah,
Are you properly,
yeah,
like, do you have the
yeah,
proper clothes for both?
Yeah, properly clothed.
I
for
think I
both.
prefer 90 still.
I take 90 over 40.
Now, if we get to 60,
Oh, yeah, well,
I prefer
yeah.
60.
Yeah, 60's not bad at all in the sun. 60's not
60
bad
in
at
the
all.
sun is beautiful.
Yeah.
70 in the sun or not in the sun is also beautiful.
Yeah, 73 is ideal weather for me, bro.
Okay. So
73.
I thought, yeah, I was thinking like
I'm a 78, 80.
when you
type
said
guy.
hot versus cold on the sheet, I thought it was like, one extreme or the other. But since you're saying 73 is like ideal for you,
Yeah.
obviously it's not hot versus cold necessarily. Like it's not
No, it's
very cold or
yeah,
hot.
yeah,
We can
yeah.
pick in the middle, and obviously I think everyone would pick in the middle somewhere, a happy medium.
And I'm mad that I've been drinking because I feel like I had way more good points, and they're gonna
yeah,
hit
you have
me.
no good points.
No, I feel like I still.
But
make
you can
decent
still get a
points.
stroke in hot. Like
Oh,
when you said
yes.
it hurts to be in cold weather. Like you
Yeah.
could get seriously hurt being
Yeah.
dehydrated,
Yeah.
get a stroke. Bro, I fucking at the gym. I ran in the heat like 3 or 4 o'clock or whatever it was. Where I was dying. I honestly thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
I love running in the heat.
But this summer, I feel like way more
In like
than
90.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it. This summer, way
Wow.
more than past summers, I've been seeing a lot of people complaining about the heat, and not even just people in Florida. It's just been in general.
Well, UK have record heat.
Yeah,
has
that
a record
that I
heat
did
wave
see.
going on
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's like the hottest it's ever been recorded in the UK right now.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Global
So-
warming.
So shout
mean,
out,
honestly,
shout out global warming.
I have been wearing more like long sleeve stuff and long pants. Like I don't know why, but it's just what I'm comfortable in recently.
Yeah.
And because it's so fucking hot, I literally step outside for 2 seconds and I'm starting to sweat.
Yeah, but of
That kinda
course we
sucks.
live in South Florida, so we got mad humidity. We had the conversation of when I was in Texas, it was 100 degrees, and that shit did not, because obviously Texas is
Yeah.
dry, it's a desert. It does not feel like 100 degrees in comparison to Florida. Like Florida, like right now, my nuts are sweating sitting in this room. So
Yeah.
sorry if I stink, but my back and my nuts have been sweating like crazy. So
Stinky bitch.
Okay, next thing. Streaming. Bill Burr. He had a recent release on Netflix.
yes, AJ, you watched it?
No. He's been busy.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Phil, I know you finished it, Phil.
Yeah, I watched it twice. It's hilarious.
Twice?
It's hilarious.
It wasn't that good.
It was.
I watched part of it with you. It
Yeah.
wasn't good enough to watch twice.
No, so
but
I
it's
was-
actually really good.
Okay, go ahead.
I would
talk
never
about it.
watch I don't think I'd ever, well, not ever. If it was a skit, I might watch a comedy show. Like a Dave Chappelle skit, I could watch multiple times. But
No, I've
stand up,
watched-
I feel like nobody's going to say.
It
No,
doesn't-
stand up.
it's-
Stand up. I could watch a lot of.
Really?
times,
Yeah, I've watched every Dave Chappelle
maybe
one
that's
he
just
dropped on
me.
Netflix like 2 or 3 times, and it's
Yeah.
still funny every time.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
I've watched
I don't
Paper
know.
Tiger like 3 times.
I guess, I don't know. I can't do it.
Because you a mark.
So go
Maybe
ahead.
you're the mark. You ever thought about that?
Nope.
No, real quick. I thought I was hoping Luke was gonna be wrong. I only watched it once. I was slightly disappointed by it. I didn't hate it.
Would you watch this one twice?
No, I wouldn't.
You're a fucking
No,
mark.
because I watched it the first time and
Phil Mark Big.
no, because I watched it the first time and it was kind of whatever,
Yeah.
and then I watched it again and like
confirm
I
that it
actually
was whatever.
I actually focused in and like I enjoyed it, especially the breakdown of abortions.
That
Bruh,
was
that
the
shit was
yeah,
hilarious.
The abortion part was fucking hilarious.
The abortion part was hilarious, and there was another part where he was talking about It was right. It was not too far after the abortion part. It was like in that middle segment that was hilarious. Shit, I forget, but it was funny nonetheless. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
I also
But
don't
for-
like white comedians.
Yeah, we.
I don't
we
know
all
why I'm
that.
kind of just racist
We all
against
know
white
that.
I
comedians.
mean, I don't.
Actually, wait. I can't. I'm not racist.
His wife is black too, though.
I will
He
say.
has a little bit of culture.
I just will say I just said I was racist against white comedians, which isn't true because you can't be racist against white people.
Because racism is systematic.
uh,
Yes, you can be discriminatory. Racism is systematic.
it's because
Teach him,
racism.
Phil.
The definition of racism is hatred towards an oppressed class, and white people aren't oppressed. A marginalized class,
Oh,
and white
teach
people aren't
him, Luke.
marginalized. So that's the definition. If you Google the definition, the Webster Dictionary definition, that's what it is.
I
Teach
think
him,
I disagree
Lucas.
with that.
And
I think-
racism is also
think you-
systematic.
How can you
No,
disagree with the
No,
definition?
racism
I'm
is
not saying
systematic.
That I'm not. You don't need to look it
No,
up,
I'm,
bro.
no, I'm defining it. I'm searching Webster Dictionary.
I don't have to agree.
Racism.
I don't have
Oxford
to agree
Language
with
Dictionary.
fucking Jonathan Webster.
The Oxford Language
facts.
Dictionary.
That is
Prejudice.
facts, though. Some white man made that that definition, Luke.
Oh, what?
I said some white man named Webster made that
Yeah,
definition.
so
and
that
now
means a
you're
white man
going by it
agrees that
in
you
terms
can't.
of racism.
That means a white man agrees that you can't be racist
Yeah,
against
when
white people.
when people say that, I'm like, I don't subscribe.
Well,
to
racism is systematic.
Prejudice, discrimination, directed against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial group, one that is a minority or marginalized.
What's that? Racism?
Yeah, but marginalized
Let me see.
being systematic oppression. That's what Phil was saying. Is you guys saying the same thing?
Stupid ass.
You're
Let me
stupid.
see.
No, you're stupid.
Typically
Mr.
doesn't always
Webster.
mean always.
Let's see.
Typically doesn't mean always,
Luke
bro.
left that out. Yo, Luke,
Let's see.
you're basically
Now
a white
this
man.
nigga is looking up the definition of typically.
I will. In a way that is characteristic of a particular person or thing.
The second definition, the systematic
Typically
oppression
doesn't mean
of
always,
a racial
Luke.
group
Oh my
Okay,
god.
I
to
see
the
that.
social, economic, and political
Luke should have
advantage.
mince
I
words.
understand that.
So that's why I say you're probably more discriminatory or prejudiced than you are racist. But Bill Burr is actually funny though. He's like one of the few white comedians that are actually really, really funny. Like he's
and like
up,
I said earlier, he
like
has a
of
black
all
wife.
comedians, he's in like top 10 right now. Like probably top 5.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but for this, I mean, he started off the stand up with kind of shitting on women,
Which is hilarious, bro.
I mean, there were some funny jokes.
No,
but
I know. Now you reminded me. The WNBA part, the
but I've-
hypocrisy and women supporting women. That shit
That was your
hilarious.
favorite part.
I've heard that joke so many times, or like that statement so many times, that it's like, all right, I suspect something more creative from Bill Burr. Because I do fuck with Bill Burr. I do think he's one of the top 10 comedians right now. I think he's probably one of the funniest, if not the funniest white comedian right now. But I just thought that was kind of low-hanging fruit.
Really?
But
Because I thought how he broke it down was like on Chappelle type levels.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, like, how is that a men's problem? That's not a us problem. And then he flipped it back on women like, okay, y'all are smarter than us. It's proving y'all smarter than us.
Yeah.
And like, y'all don't even support each other. Y'all don't get along. Y'all support dumb shit that destroys women. And then you look at guys in the bar that get drunk and have camaraderie. And how are y'all losing to that?
Yeah.
Bro, that shit was genius.
I wouldn't call it genius.
I thought
Yeah,
that shit was hilarious.
I think that's your toxic
I need to watch it,
masculinity.
but that sounds pretty good.
Watch it, AJ. You gonna say that shit was so genius,
And
bro?
Phil, I noticed this. This is kind of off topic, but I noticed this, and I'm not trying to like call you out.
No, call him out.
But it just came into my head when you brought that up. I noticed that because since the algorithms on Twitter, the people that I interact with most, their likes, their tweets, all that stuff is always gonna pop up on my timeline. So your likes always come on my timeline, and your likes are usually somehow shitting on women. Like I very rarely
Damn.
see you liking something that like kind of uplifts women and puts women in a positive light. It's usually like women shitting on like just recently.
I like a
saw
lot of
you-
Kevin.
Okay,
Samuels
and we're
shit.
gonna change the topic. The
All right,
next
that's
thing
good.
is
No, wait,
music.
go.
That's
No,
good, that's good,
elaborate,
that's
because
good.
I want
The
to know.
next-
I want to know how, because I like a lot of shit on Twitter.
No,
though.
you do.
Like
But
I
a lot
like
of it-
fights. I like
You
everything.
do, but I'm saying anything that has to deal with women, it's usually you liking something that has to put women down instead
You
of
think women deserve equal pay?
Or I like something that has to deal with hypocrisy. I'm big on hypocrisy.
yeah, and that's
so it's
true.
not putting women down. It's hypocrisy.
Yeah, but I don't ever see it like you liking something with hypocrisy with men is usually hypocrisy with women.
Everything is always on men. So I have to like the opposite. Like we
What?
get the blame for fucking everything.
don't think so.
Men do get the blame for everything.
Men also deserve the blame for a lot of things, but
I mean, we granted we do. So when it's something
But
that's
I don't know
pointing
if they
out
get the
the
blame for
hypocrisy for against women, of course I like it.
Yeah.
okay.
Just like I like violence and I like a lot of shit on Twitter.
Joey Badass dropped some new music.
Did you listen, Phil?
What?
Joey Badass.
Yeah,
new
it's
project.
good. I like it a lot.
2000.
Yeah.
Really? So I kind of expected you to like it because you can deal with those type of beats, and I talk about it all the time. Unless it's Kendrick, and even with Kendrick, sometimes it has to grow on me. I just never want to hear fucking jazz bar type beats
Like them boom baps.
on rap albums. Like this does sound like an old school like 90s,
I
early
love them
2000s,
soulful samples.
and it's refreshing. It's nice to hear that old school sound, but I just can't listen to someone rapping over a fucking piano. Like that shit is just it's not entertaining to
Bro,
me.
it's like nice day, windows down,
Yeah.
window open,
Like it sounds like I'm listening
chilling,
to
vibing,
spoken
rap
word.
shit.
It doesn't feel like I'm listening to rap.
It didn't feel spoken word because I feel like the beats was dope. I just felt like it was more soul, like soulful, more a little bit more jazzful, but even had that like 90s boom bap like Nas type beats.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just felt like it was good. Like window down weather.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing too like thought provoking. Like he wasn't like super dense with his lyricism, but it was good rapping, just really good rapping. And like you could just ride down and go like this, like nod your head and just be vibing. Like that's my steez. Because that's most of the times I'm super chill anyways.
Wait, we passed streaming. We just asked about that one thing and that's it.
Yeah, just Billboard.
Well, that was the only thing that was on the list. Did you add something to the list?
Sorry, we didn't
my
ask
bad.
if you was watching anything.
Did y'all watch the documentary yet about the doctor?
No, I haven't.
No.
I haven't.
No, I watched the
All right,
third.
that's your guys'
Okay, that's
homework.
our
and
homework
we're
for
gonna,
next
we're gonna
pod.
talk about it next week.
Okay, real quick, I do want to touch on the typical thing, because you brought that up. You said typically means not always, but
Oh my
typically
gosh.
means typical means usually,
Yeah.
right?
So
Right.
So
usually.
That isn't always
it's usual, but it's
I knew it
unusual. Yes, but it's unusual for white people to be discriminated against. So they wouldn't fit in the usually oppressed category.
Yeah,
which is typically oppressed.
I agree that it's unusual for someone
So
to
they
be
wouldn't
racist.
fall. They still wouldn't fall into that
Listen.
category under typical.
Listen, I agree that it's unusual for somebody to be racist towards white people, but when people are saying black people can't be racist towards white people, and I hate that I'm sounding like fucking Uncle Ruckus right now,
Bro.
but black people can be racist towards white people.
I disagree.
It's hard because it's a system.
It's
They can be
it's
prejudiced
unusual.
or discriminatory.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
agree with
rare.
Phil.
It's
I agree with
unrare. I agree.
I mean,
with y'all.
unless you have the power.
I don't think it's not racist, but you could be prejudiced.
You could be
Yeah, unless you have the
Sure.
power to like affect their employment and livelihood, that's
Yeah.
how you can be racist,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
So unless you own like you fucking own $1 billion company and
Yeah.
you're black or some shit like Tyler Perry Studios, like he could be racist towards white people.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I'm not
So
disagreeing
I think
with
no,
y'all.
you are disagreeing.
But y'all are disagreeing with me.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of streaming,
I will say this episode.
It's brought to you by.
I
these nuts.
I appreciate Phil coming with the big brain energy and Zach a little bit too drunk to.
I one thing I did stream recently along the lines of that doctor documentary. AJ, I was watching E60 and it's this E60 called The Imposter.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
The Imposter's really
Yeah.
good. So this guy that got famous for being in like breaking into like the 70s ABA All-Star games and like baseball All-Star games and like acting like he was a player. He ended up having
Yeah.
like all these different children because he donated his sperm. So he ended up having like 30 children from donating his sperm. Shit's
Yeah,
wild.
something similar, but the doctor stuff's even more wild.
But
so
his is more
definitely check
his
it
is
out.
consensual, so obviously like it's not like yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. E60 The Imposter on ESPN Plus. Check it out.
Not streaming, but I've been reading a book, nonfiction. John Cracker, Under the Banner of Heaven, talks about Mormons and
John Cracker.
Yep, and fundamentalist Mormons, which is kind of like outside of the Mormon Latter-day Saint Church.
Mhm.
They kind of push polygamy, even when the United States government tried to disband it. Is that the right word?
In Utah specifically.
In Utah and Arizona specifically, which it still goes on to this day. But it's wild because there's literally communities of like this girl is like stepsisters with like her grandmother,
sister wives.
some shit, like some wild shit where she's like stepsisters with her grandmother, and somehow that made her like her own great grandmother or some wild shit. And like their uncle is married to like a girl. Her uncle's married to like 30 of her like stepsisters and cousins and a bunch of other shit.
Yeah,
anyway, it's wild.
The Mormon niggas be wild.
Yeah.
And they get married. They get married to these girls at like 13 or
Yes.
something, bro.
I told Phil to watch on Discovery Plus. There's a show called Sister Wives, and it has a bunch of people because Phil always says how he wants to be in a polyamorous relationship, and a couple of them are Mormon. And
I
and
really
it's
just want my girl to have a girlfriend, but under the guise of polyamory.
So you just want her to have a girlfriend. You don't.
I mean, us to share a girlfriend.
Okay.
Like, if she wanted to have sex with a dude, I wouldn't I would do it because I'm all about equality in a relationship, but I wouldn't be the happiest about it.
Yeah.
But like ideally, I would just like us to have a girlfriend mutually.
But you need to. Well, now that Luke, you're reading that book, I feel like y'all should both watch the show.
Well, it's also on Hulu as a
Okay.
show. So if you want to watch it and you don't like reading,
Yeah.
but I'm only on like chapter 7 or something like that, so
Out
still
of how
got a long
many?
ways to go. I don't know. I'm like a quarter way through the book, maybe.
Gotcha. Okay.
So anyway, that's probably it for the pod.
Oh, I got breaking news. I do have breaking
Oh
news.
shit, you proposed.
No, I have a fight officially scheduled for
Yee.
September 3rd.
Yes,
I make
sir.
my
It's lit.
kickboxing amateur debut at 155.
It's
I got my
lit.
opponent accepted, so we gonna be in
Do
a
you
cage.
get to pick the song you come out to?
Yeah.
I need you
Oh,
to
he
pick the
accepted?
Lil Wayne "Show Me My Opponent," and then he puts the mouthpiece
No,
in.
I don't know what
and
I'm
he
gonna pick
mutters
yet.
it?
It'll be something from Chicago though.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
so fucked up, bro. You
I'm
gotta do
from
the Lil
Chicago.
Wayne
It's gonna
one,
be
though.
something from
What song is
Chicago.
that,
Best rapper alive.
bro?
We should play.
I've been thinking-
Let's pick 4 songs and then we'll put a poll up.
I've been thinking
have
Finito,
the people
Black
vote.
Skinhead.
No, bro.
I'm not mad at either one of those.
I don't. I feel like
Skrilla
I don't
by
like.
Kodak.
no. Finito.
Finito.
Finito. He said finito. Finito
I've been thinking Finito.
might. You keep saying it wrong. That might get the other guy hyped too.
Yeah.
I don't care.
So you might not want to play
It's
that.
not about. I don't care if he gets hype or not. It's
No,
about
you
me.
do. You should care.
I don't
Play something
care.
to get him real fucking like.
No, because regardless if he
Put
gets
him to
hype or not,
sleep.
he's gonna try to knock my block off.
Come
so.
out to a lullaby.
So yeah, but yeah, there's more news to come. So you guys, you'll be able to stream it on pay per view.
He's gonna come out to create.
Whoa, stream it on pay per view
Yeah, because it's an actual
Ooh.
fight.
on like
rules.
HBO.
We're gonna
No,
be
it's like
selling. We're gonna be selling Save It for the Pod merch at the fight. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So
if y'all want some exclusive merch, come.
It's
to the
gonna be
fight.
like those throwback.
I actually
hip-hop
take my
tees.
photos. I actually take my
Vintage
photos.
hip-hop
They're going to
tees
post
with like
this
3
weekend.
poses of Phil
So-
with his name.
Bro, that
and-
would actually be super lit.
with his name and
All
then
right, well,
save
in
for
this
the
shit
pod
because
at
I
the
gotta
bottom.
pee.
Bro,
Okay.
Jules is back on land. We got to get Jules to Photoshop that
Facts.
shit so we could actually make it. Bro, that would be
That
fire.
would be a fire tee.
Bro,
Uh,
shout out to
let's
Luke
make
for the
that
great
merch.
idea.
You're welcome. And that's the end of the pod. Thanks AJ for being on. Thanks Phil.
Phil, hit the drop.
Sir.
Thanks Phil for being a twat.